Hello everyone, this is Gear204 here and welcome back to another Minecraft Cold War vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Leopard 1A5. The Leopard 1A5 is kind of the father of the Leopard 2. It was the main battle tank that was produced by West Germany during the early stages of the Cold War around 1965. It was developed to be designed for having high firepower and also high maneuverability. Basically combine the best of both worlds and really create a nice effective tank. The Leopard 1A5 is one of the more pinnacle designs of the Leopard series of tanks, being one of the last variants to be produced, and is still a very formidable tank that is used by many militaries around the world even to this day. In addition, if you are on Java, we will be using invisible item frames. They are going to be a very nice tool to use, especially for some of the little details we'll be doing around the build. And then lastly, we will be using the Debug Stick, which again is a tool that's only for Java that will allow us to again alter some block properties here and there. It's not used too heavily, but it is going to be a nice tool again to have to be able to do some modifications to the build here and there. With that though, that's it for this intro. Let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our first layer of the build, we will be going ahead and beginning with layer 1. Now we will be building this tank here without the camouflage. I'll talk about the camouflage a little bit later in the video, but I find it best just to go ahead and avoid the camouflage altogether to make it a little bit easier for you guys to follow along with building. But it's very simple. You're just basically make some polished blackstone into the build, so really isn't anything too crazy, but let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to be placing down a upside down deep slate tile stair, and then behind that we're going to place down a polished blackstone stair and a second one right behind it like so. We then want to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black concrete blocks, and there are 2 polished blackstone stairs back to back, and then a deep slate tile upside down stair here on the very back. We're going to go ahead and take our dark prismarine, or our prismarine slabs, and we're just going to place down a row of 3 across of prismarine. And up here in the front, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go ahead and go off the stair, place down a row of 3 across like that. And then on the front, we're going to place down 3 dark oak wood trapdoors across with an item frame on the 2 side ones, and then we're going to go ahead and place down a tripwire hook in the item frame. You can see here where that invisible item frame is going to come in handy and just really create that nice detail, but again, you can use normal item frames if you want to do the same task. On the back here as well, we're going to place down an item frame on these 2 slabs here, and again, we're going to place down tripwire hooks in those item frames and rotate them so they face downwards. We then want to go ahead and grab a dark oak wood fence gate. We're going to place down a fence gate coming off this middle slab, and we're going to go ahead and open it up toward the front of the build like so. Then we just want to fill in the middle space in here with our prismarine slabs, just to go ahead and create the base of the tank. So again, we're just going to fill this in entirely. Then we want to place down another deep slate upside down stair like this, and then 2 polished blackstone stairs back to back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black concrete, again 2 polished blackstone stairs back to back, a upside down deep slate stair, and that is going to basically kind of round off our basic design here for the build. Now for the more of the detail on this, we're going to go ahead and place down black banners on the stairs here for the mud flaps, and then we want to go ahead and also grab our banners, and this banner design we're going to be using here for the build is going to be basically used for these stairs on the front and the back here for the tracks. Now, to make these banners, they're really simple. All we're going to do is we're going to take 2 green banners and 4 pieces of black dye. We're going to go ahead and split the banners in half with black on the left side of one banner going vertically, and then black on the right side going vertically on the other banner. And then we're just going to go ahead and do for each banner a black horizontal line through the center. It's going to create these 2 designs here. Now, once you have those 2 designs created, they're going to go ahead and go on the sides of these polished blackstone stairs with the green portion facing toward one another. And that right there is just going to create the design there for our road wheels. Now, for the full blocks, we are going to go ahead and grab ourselves some item frames. So let me go ahead and grab those real quick, and we'll be going ahead and using normal item frames for this instance. We're going to place down 5 item frames alongside the black concrete blocks. In those item frames, we're going to place down green stained glass panes. And then we want to go ahead and grab ourselves a dark oak wood button. And if you're on Java, we can also place down a dark oak wood button on the side of the blocks as well with the green stained glass panes for a bit more detail. And once you have that all done right there, that is going to wrap up everything we have for layer 1 of the build. Here again is a top-down view of what that should look like. And with that, we'll be going ahead and jumping into our next layer, which will be layer number 2. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 2. For layer 2 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a green terracotta block that's going to go on top of these deep slate upside down stairs. We then want to go and place down a dark oak sign on the side here of these green terracotta blocks, so it will look just like that on both sides. We then want to place down a dark oak trapdoor on the side here of these green terracotta blocks, and in the space in between, we're going to place down a row 3 of green prismarine slabs, as well as an item frame, and we'll be sure to use our invisible ones here if you can use them. And we're going to place down snowballs in those item frames there to the sides for the front lights. After that's done, we're going to place down a green shulker box in this space here, so this will be to the right side of the tank. And then we're going to place down 3 green terracotta blocks to the left side and 1 over here to the right. We'll place down another row of green terracotta that's going to go all the way across this space here. So you have a total of a row of 5. We're going to go ahead and place down a row of 3 with a prismarine top slab to both sides, and on the side of that prismarine top slab, we're going to place down a dark oak sign. So same thing there to both sides. We're going to go ahead and take our green terracotta, we'll place down another row of another row of 5, and then a second row of 5, and then we want to go and place down a row of 3, and then again a prismarine slab to both sides of a dark oak sign on the side of those, just like that. Then we're going to place down another row of 5 of green terracotta, and then a second row of 5, so you have 2, and then we're going to go and place down a row of 3 again of green terracotta, and then a prismarine slab to both sides, as well as a dark oak sign on the side of that slab. We're going to go and place down another row of 3 across the middle here, green shulker box to both sides. On those shulker boxes, we're going to place down item frames, and in those item frames, we're going to place down a cobweb for the rear sprocket wheels, as well as a dark oak button on the side of the block if applicable. Then we want to place down a dark oak trapdoor that's going to go on the back here of these shulker boxes, and we're also going to go ahead and place down a mossy cobblestone wall to the right side here, a green stained glass pane, and then we want to place down a mossy stone brick upside down stair. Again, if you're not using my resource pack instead of the mossy stone brick, I'd probably recommend just going ahead and using some dark prismarine or some prismarine for that upside down stair. And then we're going to place down a dark oak sign on the face here of that stair. Now, if you're on Java, we'll also go ahead and use our debug stick here to extend the glass pane toward this stair. And we'll be going ahead and also extending this wall out to the side here, so it looks like it connects up to that trapdoor there. So it just kind of expands the back there, makes everything kind of flow a little bit nicer there with that debug stick. Anyways, though, that's going to wrap up everything we have for layer number 2 of the build. And again, here's a top-down view of what that should look like. And with that, we'll be moving into layer number 3. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to start with, we're going to place down a upside-down prismarine stair on top of this space here, and then we're going to place down a prismarine upside-down corner stair to both sides. On the corner stairs, we're going to place down dark oak signs around the sides here like this, and same thing over here to go ahead and start to create our front mantlet. And then we're going to place down 2 prismarine top slabs going forward like so. We'll follow this up with a upside down piston that's going to go here. If you are not on Java, I'd recommend instead of the piston, I'd recommend a slab of prismarine and a dark oak sign to the sides of it. So like this and like this, but for us on Java, we will go ahead and place down a piston. So just keep that in mind depending on your version. And if you're on Java, we will be placing down dark oak signs on the side of this piston as well. We then want to place down 1, 2, and 3 more slabs forward for the main gun, like that. Once that's all done, we're going to place down a flower pot that's going to go on top of these green terracotta blocks here, as well as an item frame on top of this shulker box. And in that item frame, we're going to place down a black bed, rotated sideways so it looks like that for the driver's viewport. We'll also grab gray carpet, and we're just going to place down gray carpet here on top of these green terracotta blocks like that for the front fenders. Then taking our green terracotta, we're going to place down a row of 3, and then a second row of 3. We'll place down 2 prismarine stairs to the sides here. On this first stair, we're going to place down an item frame, the second stair, we'll place down an item frame, and in that item frame, we want to place down a white stained glass pane. And basically what this is going to be doing is it's designed to create our German army logo here. And we'll place down a block here to the side if you're on Java, and we'll place down a polished black snow button, and we'll use our debug stick here for my Java players. Again, we'll go ahead and select facing, and we'll rotate this around so it comes off the stair, and it creates that cool logo there, which kind of looks like the German military logo. Then we're going to go ahead and place down a row of 3 of green terracotta. This will be followed up with a green stained glass pane, which we'll have over here. So I'm going to place down a green stained glass pane here to both sides. And then I want to go ahead and place down a green terracotta block in the center, a dark prismarine upside down stair like this to both sides, and then we're going to place down a row of 3 of prismarine top slabs going across like so. We'll then grab ourselves a zombie head, which we'll grab from the back here of this one, and we're going to place down a zombie head on both sides of this upside down stair. And then we want to go ahead and grab our dark oak wood trapdoor, place down a dark oak wood trapdoor to both sides, and then we'll place down a row of prismarine slabs, so just a row of 3 going across. And on the sides, we're going to place down a daylight detector like this to both sides, and make sure you close those trapdoors if they open up. Now, if you're using my resource pack, we will be using mossy stone brick, so we're just going to place down 2 rows of 3 of mossy stone brick. If you're not using my resource pack, I'd recommend instead of the stone brick to go ahead and use just your prismarine to go ahead and create the top of the engine bay here. And then we're just going to go ahead and place down our daylight detectors here, going back along the sides there, just like that. And I think these ones actually are going to be turned to the night mode, so they kind of represent like the vents that would be located there on the sides. We're going to go ahead and place down a flower pot that's going to go on top of these trap doors here. And then we want to go ahead and grab our zombie heads, and we're just going to place down a row of 3 of zombie heads across the wall, glass pane, and the upside down stair on the very back of the build like that. Once that's all done there, again for my Java players, we'll go ahead and change the properties here of these glass panes, so we actually extend them toward the stair here and back toward the zombie head. So that will be done on both sides there of the turret to that green stained glass pane. And that, though, that's going to wrap up everything we have for layer number 3 of the build here, again, as a top-down view of what that will look like. And with that, we'll be going ahead and moving into our next layer, layer number 4. Moving into our last final layers, we're actually going to be going ahead and moving into layers 4 through 7. For these layers here to start with, we're going to go ahead and take our green carpet, and we're just going to place down 1, 2, 3 green carpet on top of these slabs here. And then we want to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood trapdoor directly after that. We're going to place down 2 more green carpets back, and that's going to finish the top here of the gun. And we can also take our debug stick here now for my Java players and right-click that piston to go ahead and get rid of that wood portion like that for the gun, and that is going to complete the barrel there for the gun. We then want to take our birchwood trapdoors. We're going to place down a row of 3 across this space. We'll follow this up with 2 daylight detectors. Make sure you close those trapdoors if they do open up. And we're also going to place down a dragon head right here that is going to be positioned like that. Now, once we have that done, we're going to place down a row of 3 of our prismarine slabs that are going to go across this space like this. On the left side, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood fence gate. And it's going to sit here like this for our machine gun. On top of it, we'll place down a wither skeleton skull, and then we're going to place down a chain that's going to come off the wither skeleton skull like that for our machine gun. Now, a few things here for our Java players is we can go ahead and place down a block like this and a tripwire hook. We'll use our debug stick here to rotate the tripwire hook to come off the skeleton skull. We'll left click it again until we get selected attached. Right click that so it sticks out back, and that's going to create our machine gun. And we're also going to place down a tripwire hook that's going to be coming off the side here of this slab on the other side. So just a few things there for the debug stick. Then we want to go ahead and grab ourselves a end portal frame. We're going to place this to both sides for the hatches, as well as a prismarine slab in the center. We then want to place down a prismarine stair that is going to be positioned here, as well as a prismarine slab to both sides. And we're going to go ahead and then place down a stack of black candles. They're going to go on top of the glass panes. So we're going to place down a stack of 4, which is going to create basically our smoke grenade dispensers on the sides. For the very back here, we're going to place down 2 mossy cobblestone walls. They're going to go back down the center like that, as well as 2 fence gates to the sides. And we're going to go ahead and have these fence gates opened up toward each other. So like this and like that. And we'll also place down dark oak wood signs on these first fence gates to the sides like that to go ahead and create this back cargo rack, or whatever you want to call it there on the back of the turret. Now, once that's all done there, we then want to go ahead and place down a iron bar that's going to go up from the stair, or from the zombie head here, and then 1 more. We're going to break the iron bar on the bottom, replace that with a lightning rod, so you create that little base there for the antenna. And then we're just going to place down 2 more iron bars up to go ahead and create the radio antenna. Same thing will be done over here. So we have our 2 iron bars, break the one on the bottom, and just go ahead and bring that up just like that. So that's pretty cool there. And then we're going to take our debug stick here. We're going to right click this stair until we get this corner stair design. and we're just going to place down a upside down lightning rod, or rather lightning rod like that on top of it. So it's going to basically form that up for the back there. And once we have that all done, that's pretty much the main overall base design here for the Leopard 1A5. And with that, I'm going to go and dive into talking about the camouflage a little bit, and we'll wrap up the tutorial from there. So with that, let's go ahead and talk about the camouflage. Alright guys, so when it comes to the camouflage here for the Leopard 1A5, it's pretty basic. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but all we're going to basically do is just replace some of the full blocks here of green with full blocks and stairs and slabs with polished black stone. And what you're going to end up doing here is you're going to start to create this really nice kind of camo scheme on the vehicle itself, so kind of get some blacks in there and all that, and then you're going to mix this in. You don't want to go too overboard with it, but you also want to, you know, make sure you cover a good portion of it. But adding this black in to it, the polished blackstone, starts to create this really nice camouflage for it, which was very common on a lot of the German tanks or German vehicles from this time period, was this kind of green and black color scheme. So you'll just take that design and kind of wrap it around the entire build and put it into use on it. So again, that's pretty much how you do it. You can kind of mix it and match it however you guys want. Add more black, add more green, whatever you want to do. But you can see here I have kind of a nice balance of that material. So you'll just take the same thing, do it on the other side. Again, just kind of try to randomize it, make it different. And when you have that all done right there, you'll get something that looks like this here to go ahead and create your Leopard 1A5. That right there, though, is going to wrap up my tutorial here for the German main battle tank, the Leopard 1A5. Hope you guys do enjoy this build and are able to put it to good use. If you do end up using this design, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This can be a link from the side of the build, link to my channel or this video if this does appear on social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for the build, you're free to use it for projects you guys are working on. With that, though, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett 2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.